Why, hello there, friends, family, and everything in between. It's Dylan from Alternate Universes, bringing you another round of Modern. On the left, we have Shaka Pinto playing Living End with Lord of the Rings cards, and on the right, we have Alex Gang playing Rakdos Scam, not playing any Lord of the Rings cards, though he may have 2 copies of Cast Into the Fire in the sideboard because that card is pretty good at dealing with the ring, and it also has a couple other applications that are not too bad, honestly. I think it does 1 damage to up to 2 creatures, so it can shoot down a Ragavan and some other random things. Maybe if your opponent's got a Ragavan and a Risen Reef for some reason on the board, you can kill them. I don't know if those 2 cards have ever been registered in a good deck together at the same time. Now, the Lord of the Rings cards in the Living End deck, we're just going to check Cast Into the Fire real quick. Yep, deals 1 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures, or it exiles a target artifact at instant speed. So again, very good at dealing with the ring. They can get their 1 card draw off of it in the protection, but they don't get to draw 14 cards, as we will see in one of the rounds we post this week. But yeah, so the Living End additions that come from Lord of the Rings are going to be the land cycling cards, which actually are pretty good. The more and more that I think about them, like Oliphant just getting you any mountain for 1 mana is really good, honestly. It just tutors you exactly what you need at any given time. And they aren't awful effects. Like the blue one's a pretty okay card. Like it's a 5 mana draw 3, but it just searches you an island when you need an island. And there's a cute synergy if you play Legacy or Commander. It's definitely not modern legal, but you can tutor up a Mystic Sanctuary by, cycling it, and then you can play the Sanctuary and put the card back on top. That way you can use it whenever you actually want to draw cards with it. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, the biggest addition for Living End with these cycling cards is that half of them are creatures, or at least the ones that Shaka plays are creatures, meaning you can Living End them back onto the board, and they do some stuff. The black one is, I think it just has super menace. Like, it can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. The red one gives +2/0 and trample to another creature when attacking. The green one makes a food. The green one's probably the worst of the 3. The blue one is a sorcery. I don't know what the white one does. I genuinely don't know if I've ever... I've definitely read the white one. I've played a lot of this limited environment, but I cannot think of what the heck it does. We're going to see Alex evoke a grief here by exiling a Terminate. Got fancy versions of every card in this deck. We appreciate that customization. It's interesting. The first couple rounds we have today, we have like new deck with Lord of the Rings cards versus established thing in the format. It's just fun. I like it. I see the first couple rounds as if this isn't our weekly tournament where there's only 3 rounds. Speaking of which, if you want to play Modern with us, we do Modern every Monday night at Alternate Universes Blue Bell at 7 p.m. We have a good batch of players. You should definitely come by. And if you're not around the Blue Bell area, say you're around Wilmington or Holmes, Wilmington does Modern every Thursday at 7 p.m. and Holmes does it every Friday at 7 p.m. That's really it. We don't have any special events that I can add read for. We have a Legacy 1K on July 22nd, which is going to be pretty cool. It's our first Legacy 1K in a long time, and we're pretty excited about it. Legacy, always a cool format to see going down. Hopefully I'll be able to get some coverage of that event. Alex with a Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, creating a Goblin Shaman. Tracker just passes.
Fable trigger.
The Fable trigger will go on the stack. And in response to the trigger, we're going to see Shaka cast a Violent Outburst, get a Cascade trigger, finds Living End immediately. Living End will resolve. Alex's token will get exiled. as will their graveyards. And the exiled creatures from the graveyard will get put on the battlefield. Alex just going to scoop it up. It's kind of hard to compete with just over 20 power coming into play. Like, yes, Alex gets a grief back, but it's not going to do enough. So in game 2, we have Alex. Grief, pitching Grief, has an untapped Blood Crypt, so probably has the revive spell. We see a one-lander. The other thing about the cycling cards is that it's a colorless ability to activate, so you don't have to, like, for mountain cycling, you don't have to tap a mountain for it. You just get the fix with all this stuff. It's actually really sweet. I'm going to take the Street Wraith and the Alphont.
We'll make a Fury. I'll pass you.
Alex swinging in with a buffed Grief, and then also going to just play a Fury out. This is the thing this game can do. It just goes fast. I've talked on the channel a bunch about how I don't like the deck. I don't actually think it's that consistent of a deck. It just does a really powerful thing. And it's just not a deck that I think I would enjoy.
No cards in hand?
But when you have hands like this where you just present a ton of damage as early as turn 2, that's pretty cool. Try to go draw for turn. I think he picked up a Strike River Winder. Still probably looking for lands. Outside of the one that he cycled with the Alphont for. Stomping Ground going to shock down to 14 here.
Cycle a Waker?
Sure.
We'll use a river. Oh no, what the hell is it? It's a River of Waves. That's not. Shaker Waves? What the hell's the name of that card? It's a whale. Whatever.
Fury, pitch, carrot?
Sure.
Going to
Four here?
afterwards pitch Fury, evoking something.
Pass you?
Shoots down Alex's copy of Fury. Slows the clock down a good bit. Here's 4 more damage from the shock of a 10.
Pass you.
The inclusion of Alphont does also mean that Living End can a little bit more consistently play Fury, which is cool. And as we've been talking about for nearly 2 years now, Fury is a good Magic card. Turns out, Double Strike and just an ETB that shoots down a lot of things. Very strong. At least as strong as, like, pushed as the elementals are, let's just be happy they don't do their effects on attack as well. Could you imagine if it was enter the battlefield or attack? Solitude's just the ultimate removal stick.
Grief? Pitching Architect?
You got a Fury.
Alright.
You got
Invoking a Grief,
Yes, I do.
taking the Fury away.
Throw. Pass to her.
Which is really not the card that you want to see when you're the Living End player. Alex has 2 Furies in the yard, so he can shoot down a couple things. If Shaka is to Living End. Also, when if Shaka draws a Shardless Agent and not a Violent Outburst,
Cycle a River?
it's gonna be rough for him. So the speed at which he cascades is another major factor here.
Swing 4.
Cracking in for 4, Shaka at 2.
Go ahead.
Does Scan play Bolt? Scan probably plays Bolt, right? I feel like it'd be weird to not include.
Cycle Architect?
Cycle. And you're just gonna scoop it up. Put up a game 2 going to Alex, and we'll be right back with game 3. Would you look at that? We are back with game 3. Shock on the play, leading with a Misty Rainforest. Can pass the turn. Alex draws a black blue Cliffs for turn, goes Mountain first into a Rakdos. I wonder why he didn't lead on the black blue Cliffs?
I'm gonna get a forest, and then I'm gonna use that to cycle a troll and get another one too.
Shocker going to fetch and swamp cycle. He's going to 19, getting a forest here. Yeah, these cards being able to tutor the shocks is so good. I wonder if they I really do wonder if they have legacy applications besides like the Mystic Sanctuary play. Being able to search your duels has to be pretty decent. We have rhinos in legacy. Can we have living in legacy too? Probably a little too slow, if we're being honest, but it could be cool. And like, if you're playing a graveyard deck in Legacy, why are you just not playing Reanimator? Or even Hogak at that extent. Though Hogak hasn't really been around in the Legacy meta for, God, a year and a half now, maybe 2. It is a shame. Hogak is a cool deck. I know he's like kind of a controversial card, but that deck was cool. It was a fun deck to play.
Swing 2.
Alright, go into combat. Swing at that Ragavan. Exiling a Strike Riverwinder. Will evoke a Grief, pitching Thoughtseize.
I'll take Endurance. And then I'll take Violent Outburst. And then I'll pass to you.
I'll cycle Ultra.
Sure.
Oh, they have a Reanimated Grief on a Ragavan for Alex here. Shotgun, mountain cycling here. With the Oliphant.
2 cards in hand.
2 in hand.
Misty.
Swing 6.
Comet spinning for 6 here.
I missed it from last turn. If you just want me to help that one, that's fine. Cast a Delphi.
I
We're
will
going to play a Dolphy off the Filtered Mana of the Graven King. Going to fetch in response.
not gonna fetch. I'll just stay at 10. I'll cycle it.
Back to you.
I think Shaka decided to Oliphant instead of fetch there.
I'll pass.
I will draw. Start with Thoughtseize. Daunting Vibe.
We're seeing a fetch resolve here. That fetch going to the Dolphy pile.
I will.
And will we see a living end? Well,
I will lose again.
Good games, man. Luck the hell out of that last squad.
we will see a Violent Outburst into a living end, and that will be game 3 going to Shaka. Thank you for watching, folks, and have a great rest of your day.